Hello. Today we're going to be designing from my little Let's Design Axolotls booklet, which you can find on my web store on Etsy at Heather Dubé Art. So it's just learn how to draw axolotls and design your own. So there's some tutorials as well as a guide that takes you through body shapes, pick your arms and legs, pick your gills, your eyes, your mouths, accessories, and stuff like that. So it's just a very simple 16-page booklet that you can print off and put together. Very easy, and just staple it in the middle. So these are some of the tutorials that you can go through. Like a ghost one or a robot. And then this is what we're going to use today. Choose your body, so just a basic head and body shape. He could be sitting, he could be swimming, he could be looking at you from the front. Some arms or legs, tails, gills, lots of mouths, and lots of eyes. And then the accessories, which you can add to. These are just a jumping off point. But you can honestly design your axolotl with anything imaginable. That's just the start. So I'll show you some little axolotls that I did do following this guide. That, a little birthday one with a cupcake. This kind of spooky one. And my favorite, that guy. So I'm going to use my sketchbook and some watercolors. And you can use whatever you have. If you only have pencil crayons or markers, that's totally fine. Use whatever you have available to you. You don't have to go out and get any supplies. Whatever colors you have. I'm going to spritz these. So we have some activated watercolors. Easy to pick up with your paintbrush when you activate them with water first. So first of all, actually, let's draw our axolotl. I need a pencil. I've got my pencil. Let's find the page where we choose a body. And I'm going to choose this guy. Looks like he's kind of diving down. I think I'll start him right here. So that way, if I make him over here, I have room for like a couple more here. So maybe I'll draw it a little darker so that you can see about the arms and legs. I think I will go with, I think I'm gonna go with, oh, this one's sort of creepy, but I kind of like it. So we'll try adding these. So he's got 4 legs, right? So let's have, maybe he's swimming down and he's gonna reach some, I don't know what he's going for. Maybe some seaweed down here. I don't know if I like that one. Let's redo it. Just like spindly, long legs. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so now what kind of tail should we do? Should we go with simple? I'm thinking maybe simple, like something like this. A little tail coming off. Does that, I don't know. I'm gonna try that again. I don't really know if I like that one. And that's the whole point of this, is to design something that you like. We will have like a tail like that. Okay. So maybe with A little extra droop like that. Okay, here we go. There's his tail. Moving on to the gills. Ooh, I think I know what I want. I want these ones right there. Kind of floofy, and they're really cute. Oh, they're gonna give him so much character. Hey, I don't even know if he looks like an axolotl anymore. Let's see the eyes. I'm gonna go with sort of eyes like this, but they're gonna be looking down. So they're both gonna be like this. So you're looking down at something, right? And I will use ink with this so you can see him a lot better. Mouth. What kind of mouth? Maybe this one, because he's concentrating. He's just concentrating. He's trying to, I think, you know what I think he found? I think he found a treasure chest. And it's just, open here, you know? So he's made a discovery. I mean, there's a necklace in there. There's diamonds, jewels, and stuff like that. There we go. Okay, so now let's do some ink. He's cute. We will paint him, and I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit before I erase the lines, and then we'll be ready to paint. Okay, so I a little prematurely erased the pencil, but some of the ink was still a little wet, so it made streaks. So don't do that if you want your piece to look, you know, not messy like mine, but this always happens to me. It's like I don't have enough patience. Anyways, let's start painting. I'm gonna paint him a little light pink color because, you know, most of the axolotls we see are pink, but make him any color you want. Make him rainbow. I think I've tried, this guy, he's so pretty. You can use a number of different colors. Make it whatever you want. So I'm gonna add a bit of water to that. Make sure he's nice and he's not too dark. And just quickly color him in like in a coloring book. Oops. There is a hair on this. Okay, I forgot to get my little cloth so that I can blot my paintbrush. That's okay. I can do without for now. This is just a simple, I'm gonna leave a little white space, just, you know, looks like he's a bit shiny. Oh, there's some ink. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think the messy look, like the loose look, gives it a lot of character. So I'm just embracing that. Otherwise, I can be very critical of my artwork. Okay. Now for the box, I do have some dark color mixed up. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown. We're gonna make this little treasure box here that he's found. Filled with gold and pearls, all sorts of fancy treasures. Oh, it's cute. Okay. So I'm gonna use some yellow here. Paint some of this. Maybe we can add a bit of red. some spots. Maybe even a bit of blue. I mean, it's gonna kind of look like a rainbow of treasure. Look at that. Of course, then we have our gem and our pearl necklace. I'm gonna wait for them to dry a little bit, but let's do these little, actually, let's do some blue. Some blue seaweed coral. A little bit of turquoise in there. Okay. Oh, he's cute. Now let's do a second layer because he is mostly dry. Let's do a second layer of this pink just to give him some shadows. Give him some dimension, some depth. There, maybe around his eyes, he's got a little. Put some spots on his head here. Cute. Okay, I like that. And then let's do a little tongue, but let's do the tongue a bit darker, so it stands out a bit. Oops. Oh, I'm getting paint all over the place. Okay. Now for our sand. I've already got something mixed in here. This looks perfect. See, you can use your old watercolors that are just sitting there on the palette and you don't have to waste them. You can use them again. I mean, this will be just enough for our sand. Look at that. Oh, it's perfect. I mean, look, it's perfect. Okay. And I don't need much. I just need a touch, right? Like I just need just a touch of that watercolor, and it makes it look, when you just, kind of quickly put it on, I mean, with some thought, but also where you're not too concerned about the end result, it actually makes it look more whimsical, in my opinion. You want to add some whimsy, do some fast little strokes like that. Don't be hard on yourself. I have been hard on myself for way too many years now. I'm trying to not take it so seriously. Just go with the flow. I'm gonna dry this. This is my heat dryer. There. Okay. Because it was taking a while to dry all this stuff, and I just want to make a little tiny bit of shadow on these pearls. Tiny bit of shadow, Okay, and then we're gonna do a green. I'm gonna do kind of an emerald. Let's use some of this pretty. What is this? Viridian green, I think. Okay. I'm just gonna lift some of that there, and we'll come back and do a darker, like some shadows of that gem, just so it looks like a kind of a real gem. Also, let's do some shadow. I might need some more of this. I think it was mostly yellow ochre. Get a touch of that, and we'll just do a little bit of shadow where the treasure box is. Perfect. And let's do some shadow in that actual treasure box itself. Like this lid, right? It's going to be darker in there. And it's probably going to be a bit darker on the sides. But we'll just kind of give an idea of the wood grain. There we go. Oh, there. A bit more shadow here. There, like don't be afraid to get darker in some spots because that really gives it definition, right? If we want to paint around, we can do that. We can paint around him. Sometimes I do myself a little outline really faint. And I mean, I don't even do it around his whole body because I feel like that makes it artistic. It just kind of looks cool. It's not 100% around him. So it's just like that. And we're gonna use, let's use this blue. This is sort of an opaque blue. Gosh, it's almost like gouache. It's not really gouache though, but it's very much similar. You'll see. If I use a lot of that, it'll be very opaque. Let's just use a little bit because I don't want it to overpower our main subject. I just want to use a little bit of it for the background, little light coloring. I mean, that's even probably too dark, but keep going. Keep going with this. We need more there. I don't want too much water in one spot or else it kind of dries funny. This is why I need my cloth, but we'll make do. See, nothing has to be perfect. As you can see, you can improvise. I know people say watercolor, it's not very forgiving, is it? But you know what? Darn it, I think it is because it's, I mean, you can make something, it might be a mistake, seem like it was supposed to be there. If you don't give it much attention, I mean, there are ways to kind of erase watercolor depending on the type of stain that watercolor has. So there are ways around it. You can blot it with a paper towel or get this wet, clean it off, and then dry your brush and pick up some of the color with that brush, right? Like if I wanted to add a highlight here, pick up some of that, and it kind of gives a little highlight to our not our cacti, our coral here growing, you know? And oh, not too forgotten about this, but I'm going to, there we go, our gem. Our gem has some definition now. Kind of hard to see, but it's okay. This is not terribly detailed. This is just an example of what you can do with your axolotl. Now we can add a little bit of shading. We can come in here and do shading on our coral. Just a bit. There we go. It's cute. What else? What about our axolotl? I think, you know what? I think he's good. I think he's good the way he is. We could add just a touch more, little touch more, just to give him that extra oomph of definition. But really, I think he is pretty good the way he is. His little tail. He's so cute in a funny way, right? So there you have it. And I'm going to clean off my brush. I dab it on the cloth or the paper towel, and then I bring it back to a nice point so it dries in a nice point. There we go. And I just lay it down. So if you want to take a closer look, there's our little axolotl. And you know, you can make more on the same page. I do have room. I guess I have room for one or two more, depending on how big I make them. So really, you can just put this in your sketchbook, make it part of your sketchbook. I actually forgot, I was doing an exercise today and I thought this was the first page of my new sketchbook. Nope, it's this one. But see, it makes a nice first page. It's really cute. And just think, the sky is the limit. There's so many different ones you can design. And there you have it. Happy painting. I finished my axolotl illustrations and added some text. It's not perfect, but it was a lot of fun. And all of the illustrations were inspired by the pages of this little book, which you can get on Heather Dubé Art. A very quick download. And The combinations are endless. So have fun designing your little axolotls, and feel free to tag me on Instagram if you make any yourself, because I bet they'll be so cute. All right, so have a good day, have fun designing, and we'll see you later. Bye.